Hello everyone, it's Ultimate here again. So I'm back with another Bowser Jr. guide now. Today we'll be going over his specials. This is where we receive the most buffs. So we'll go over the recovery first, then projectiles, and we can do kart combos in training mode after. So our up B is more or less the same. This is our main recovery move. It sends us really high up, but you can get gimped out of it. So you can see it as an explosion, and then it has a hammer attack. The explosion has a bit less radius in the game, and the hammer comes out a bit quicker. But it's a wand now. So every Koopaling's wand is a bit different, but the hitbox is the exact same. So you can't get gimped out of this by weak hits. Any stronger hits you'll get your cart back and can up you again. But we do have a few options to prevent that. So you could always do the hammer through the ledge. But now we have the directional air dodge, so you can actually air dodge through the ledge. So that does help quite a bit. We also did get some changes to our side B, so you can do your mid-air jump after doing your kart dash now. But you can only jump out of your kart once, so you can't use your kart again. So you can either do your jump first, or your kart first if you get knocked off stage. You pretty much have two jumps either way. But what you can do is you can kind of screw around with Kart Spin, because that does make you drift. So you can stall out for a while like that. You don't have to return to the ledge right away. So that does help a bit. On some stages you can also go under the ledge. Under the stage. So it's not as easy to gimp as you would think. So we'll go with his projectiles now. We did receive a lot of changes here. So I haven't really found any ways to combo into the Cannonball. It looks similar to King K. Rool's, but it's quite a bit different. So we received a lot of buffs to this. We can shoot two at once now. Or there can be two on the field at once. So these move really slow, and then they drop off. But before, it didn't have a hitbox when it was dropping off, which didn't make any sense. It doesn't when it bounces. But you can use this for edge guarding now, or when you're returning to the stage, you can fire them down and drop them down onto people waiting for you. So it's not the worst move now, it's still a bit situational. Other things you can do is fire it out and then chase it with Kart Dash. Or you can fire your Mecha Koopa and then fire a Cannonball to go along with it. Or vice versa. Might be better to do that the other way actually. Oops, wrong controller. Now, it did receive a few changes to shield damage as well. It does do a bit more damage fully charged and can hit multiple times, but if you're in the right position, an uncharged Cannonball can hit a shield multiple times. I was not in the right position. There we go. So yeah, I was holding the button and it was a bit damaged, but it does do a ton of shield damage. Not quite enough to break it on its own. A fully charged Cannonball also does about half a shield's worth of damage. So you might not get a lot of shield breaks with it, but you can really pressure shields with this. So the move's not the worst now. You can use it for edge guarding if you feel like just being safe. If other people are trying to zone you, you can zone them back. Also, you can use it for destroying physical projectiles. So you can actually destroy your own Mecha Koopa if it gets reflected or someone tries throwing it at you. You can block some other projectiles with it. Or like if a Koopaling's kart dashing you or Squirtle's using withdraw, then you can just fire cannonballs at them. So it's definitely a lot better, still not the best projectile. It does kind of work well with this other moves though, since you can follow it. Okay, so we did receive quite a few changes to the Mecha Koopa as well. We got quite a few buffs and one kind of nerf. So if it hits a shield while walking out, it just flops on the ground useless, then disappears after half a second. So your opponent can pick it up again, or it will just deactivate. If you throw it at a shield, it explodes now, so it does some shield damage. It would just bounce off before, so your opponent could catch it. So that's kind of a good change and one kind of bad one. Neither of them are too important. So most of its changes came when it actually grabs onto opponents, and when you fire it out on the ground, it will walk a lot quicker and has less end life. So you can still fire it in the air, it will bounce, and then you can catch it before it starts moving. It's still pretty laggy though, so you do need quite a bit of space to set it up. And when you pick it up, it kind of works like Young Lung's bombs. So you can throw it at people, you can throw it at the ground, it won't do any damage. Throw it right in their face, it won't do any damage to you. There's a few strict combos you can do by throwing it at people and hitting them with aerials, but most of the combos with it are pretty situational. You can also set drop it into footstools or into your up B explosion and then hammer. It's pretty hard to do though. Most of the combos come when it actually latches on. So before, for some reason, if you hit opponents after the Mecha Koopa grabbed them, it would pop off onto you, or it would just explode. But now it can actually explode after, so it does explode pretty quick, so these are pretty strict to do. But what can happen is it will either launch opponents again the way you hit them, or it can hit them back into you for some pretty cool combos. But we'll see if we can do some of those later. There's a few pretty good videos on those already, actually. So I think that's most of what I wanted to cover with the projectiles. The Mecha Koopa is really amazing. The Cannonballs are okay now. They do work well with your other moves though, like all your specials kind of work together. Okay, before I forget, there's a few things we can do with our frozen specials as well. So we can use our down throw to set up our specials. We can use it to set up Cannonballs. We can use it to set up Mecha Koopa. Or what you can do is grab people as your Mecha Koopa's walking around so they get trapped into it. Oh, it's just gonna drop by too slow. Oh. Okay. But yeah, you can essentially trap people with your Mecha Koopa in your own grabs. If you throw them quick too, it can explode after you throw them, so you might potentially be able to KO pretty early with a back throw or something. But I think that's most of what I want to cover with projectiles, so we'll move over to training mode now, then go over Kart Dash. Okay. So our Kart Dash did receive some minor changes. So the highest damage is the exact same as it was before, but it's a lot more consistent now. So before, the damage would change based on how far you travel, but now it just does full damage if you're going full speed and either way. So if you just hold over for half a second, you'll get full speed. So there's almost no reason not to do that. So our basic kart combos are the same as Smash 4, but we do have a few new ones now. So we're from mid-air jump now, so there's a few things we can do at higher percents, but we can also combo this into Kart Spin for a lot of damage. So we can do just about anything at 0%, but you can do this. Jab reset. Don't smash. It's not a true combo though, but it does not have nearly as much delay as you would think. Like you can act pretty much as soon as the spin ends, so that's pretty cool. Our jab is a bit nerfed, but more consistent. So you can do a neutral air, you can do a forward air, you can do the back air, the drive-by, you can do a down air. I don't think up air is going to work on Marth at this percent, but it's on some characters, that's 0. I'm most willing to save that for higher percents. You can do an up B. Oh, I whiffed. Small so for disrespect though, it doesn't true combo. No, I got the card explosion to combo into the hammer though. I'm also want to use the down air at 0%. So we can combo that into forward air or back air. It depends on how you hit them. You can also go for more down airs. Oh, then it flew too far backwards, but forward air and down air, or forward air and back air out of down air are consistent. You hit them off a forward air, that you can just keep hitting them off forward airs. Or a Kart Dash or something off stage. So it's pretty easy to carry people off stage at low percents. At a bit higher percents, we can use up air though. So I think forward air chains still kind of work. Oops. Oh, he just slipped right through that. Weird. So yeah, our hitboxes are still a bit weird. I also want to use up air here though. We can still do back air. Or we can do multiple up airs. And do more up airs. Let's go a bit lower for now actually. There we go. So yeah, you can get some up air chains going after that. Double up air works around 15-30%. Depends on the characters. And moderate percents we mostly just have up air chains, so you can combo up air into up airs since we have that extra jump now. Works into around 60% on most characters. Around 70% the first up air will stop hitting. Oh, it might stop true comboing at higher percents, but you can still juggle them. So, at much higher percents we mostly just have one thing we can do. Up air doesn't hit morph anymore. Around 90% we can do one thing. You can do the up you hammer. So this is still a true combo. You can kind of DI behind it though. So what you can do is just wait out an air dodge and then get behind them. Or kind of chase their DI, but it is possible to slip out of it. It can true combo, but it's not 100% consistent on everyone. So those are most of the combos I know of right now for Kart Dash. There's probably some different setups and combos you can do. You might be able to combo down air or something into a footstool, then that'd be amazing. But there's a few other things I wanted to go over that I forgot to go over before. So there's a few changes to how this works on slopes, and it's a little weird on platforms, so I'll go show how it works in the air on slopes. Where is it? Okay, Umbra Clock Tower. There's some serious issues here. So this whole stage is slightly slanted. And Kart Dash causes you to bounce now on slopes. So you can't really use it properly here. You can see it like randomly bounce, and I can't cancel right away. You can still hit people while you're flying though. Actually, you can hit them in the air with the cart now. So, yeah, it is a bit weird on some stages. You don't have proper control over this. It just randomly bounces. So that can get pretty annoying on stages like this. It'll also bounce if you use it in the air. But the fact you can actually hit people in the air with it is kind of cool now. Wow, I just bounced clean over him. That was amazing. That was truly amazing. Intentional for sure. So, go check out some platforms now. But yeah, fuck Umbra Clock, that one. Okay, so Kart Dash does kind of bounce off of platforms. So, it does have an aerial hitbox now, which is nice. So you can kind of set up a few things off of platforms with this. Or you can Kart Spin across right at the start. But if you go off like the top, you won't drop down. So, it's one thing to keep in mind. If you're using it on platforms, you won't drop down below, you'll kind of skip across, so it can actually get in the way. If there's a lot of platforms like Battlefield, if you're trying to use it above, it's going to be hard to get to the bottom. Also, if you use it in the air, you do get quite a bit of drift, and you can Kart Spin as many times as you want, and then still Kart Dash. Once you jump out of it, then you lose your kart. Okay, I think that's all the information I can actually get out right now. I didn't get around to Mega Koopa combos, but we might be able to do some of those later, and I'll try to figure out some footstool combos. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video and learned something. I'll be back with some more guides soon. Thanks for watching.